What's going on? Gamers, how's everybody going? I've been known about it, but I never got to get to it because I was so into other things. There's been a lot of news coming out lately where it's like, damn, man, this is great. I can make a lot of content. Good. So we have Xbox's Forza Horizon. It already sold 1.2 million copies since launch. You want to know one thing I like about this is that they give you sales over there. They're not hiding it. So this gives you the idea that already it sold 1.2 million copies. Pretty much its first week. And the game's been out for quite some time already on Xbox and PC. So if a game is good, this is what I'm telling people. People are going to want to buy it. And the reason why this is also good too is because not necessarily because Microsoft's becoming a better publisher in that sense, but because more communities that were not alive could possibly get another um, life force. Like let's say, for example, let's think about Gears of War Ultimate Edition right now. There's probably not a lot of people playing it. Maybe there's a little bit of spike since the recent announcement, but there's people that probably wanted a bigger community for that game, right? And it just doesn't have the community. When they launched the PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation 5 version, and then they update the Xbox version and the PC, where do you think the biggest community is coming from at that point? It's going to come from the PlayStation version. They're going to sell like they could possibly sell 1 million or 2 million copies of Gears on PlayStation. That would be huge for Microsoft. Because if they were trying to like launch a new game on their console right now, it's exclusive like that, it'd probably sell a couple million and they would report players because only in that system you'll be able to get that. But to get that instantly just on a PlayStation platform and to have a more live community, and it's more than that to me because it's more about all the trash talking that these ponies do on Twitter too. And you know the games that they play, so I'm kind of wanting to get on that field with them. As I've told people before, I haven't played Gears in a while, but yeah, back then you're talking to a Gears legend. Now I show people my seriously achievements. I got it for Gears 2 as well, obviously. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But we're gonna get back to it in a second. But getting back over here, this also means that Microsoft has found success on the PlayStation platform after testing it through multiple IPs. This wasn't the first time. Remember when they did Sea of Thieves and all those other games? Well, now we're seeing their premium game, which I think of before the acquisition. Where was their position? Halo, Gears, and Forza, right? And Halo was having death phases along with Gears. It just wasn't working. That strategy, it was over. You know what I mean? But Forza was still successful. So seeing that go over there with GT being there too, and hitting 1.2 million this quick, pony sit down, uh, is very interesting because people didn't know what the sales were going to be. Did you think it was going to sell millions already? Because it didn't, but it did sell 1.2. Like I said, that's good because we're seeing like how's this going to work on Sony systems? Because this is going to give you an idea to peer into the potential Gears of War sales and the potential Halo sales because we're talking about pillars here. So now we saw the success of their first pillar result, right? Because their pillars were Halo, Gears, and Forza before. Now, they have more, but you guys get what I mean. I mean, what they built, what they worked with, not prepackaged stuff that you had nothing to do with those sales success back then. Those were all on multi-platforms. Whether you monopolized them or not, with your strategy now, they were always going to be on those platforms. You just put the label there so that your publishing could look better. So it's not really so much your work, but more like, you just trying to buy and own it. Um, but yeah, like I said, looking at Forza, this is still their IP. So Microsoft's strategy is going to work in that way. I know some people don't like the cuck strategy. I get it. But I mean, at this point, like Crap Gamer, who's pretty much having a crash out towards Phil Spencer at the moment. I think I want to make a separate video for that. But something that I'm gonna have to say about that guy is that your way of going about it is you're wasting your time and you're just looking like an idiot. And it looks like Phil broke your little gamer heart and you're crying. And we know he ratioed you a while ago. You still haven't let it go. But there's a more professional way of doing that, right? By making good content. Not sitting there trying to harass him, telling him retire you bum multiple times on Twitter daily. And it's like, dude, you're being a loser. Grow up. Anyways, let's read some of this real quick. Forza Horizon 5 and PlayStation 5 always felt like a match made in heaven. Especially when you consider the PlayStation 5 is very light on arcade racers these days. Racing in general. I mean, hell, this and Mario Kart are holding up, along with Gran Turismo, to the extent are holding up the racing genre because it had a huge death. It has a large captive audience in Europe where the game tends to perform well. It's not exactly surprising to see Alinea Analytics estimate sales of around 1.2 million as of May 5th. So, yeah, 4 days have passed since then, which roughly accounts for around 1 week of sales. Yeah, because like I said, it launched on the 29th, but did have a period of premium early access as well. Which is anti-consumer behavior. Like, really get out of here with that. Another Xbox hit lands on PlayStation. Microsoft's gaming strategy is clearly gaining momentum. Did a great write-up on the broader trend of Xbox titles making their way to PlayStation, and we can now add another success to the list. As we see that here. I certainly know I'll be getting it when it's a reasonable price for a port of such a old game. Until then, well, we've all waited this long. Yeah, which I have no problem with somebody with that type of mindset. Now, somebody that was only in a PlayStation world when that game, the same game that you're going to be playing now, was available on PC at max settings and the Xbox, and you were bashing it, but now you want to support it because it's coming into an ecosystem that you care about, then yeah, you're the problem because whether a game is on a platform you care about or not, if the game is good and it's that praised, like 91 meta, 92 doing very well, give it the respect that it's due. And if it comes to your platform, you're like, oh man, I've always liked that game, but you know, I'm a PlayStation guy, and now it's finally coming in my ecosystem. So yeah, I'm gonna support this. I've been waiting on it. I don't want a PC, I don't want an Xbox. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But when it's like Gran Turismo is better, or even in the Nintendo world, Mario Kart's trash. I mean, not Mario Kart's trash. Mario Kart is way better. This game is trash. It's so safety man. Like you're gonna see people do stuff like that. But I'm like, they're both different racers keeping the racing genre alive in different fashions. You know what I mean? Like then you have people. No, it's just like um, just all about Mario Kart. You know what I mean? Or now GT is this, GT is that. Like you'll see all these different things. Or let's say if you were in the Nintendo world and you had the PlayStation, but you completely just don't like the Xbox. That's a very popular thing, and you did the same thing. But you saw that's going to be coming to the Switch too, which Forza will be coming over there, right? And they're doing the same thing. It's no different. It doesn't matter. You all doing the same thing. So yeah, don't hate on a game because it isn't on a platform that you chose to choose, right? Like there's gonna be some people that are hating on the Switch too when it comes out because they can't play those games. They're gonna be sitting over there in their feelings and they want to play. It's like, bro, get the device. The device is not a ripoff. It's $50 more than a Steam Deck that launched years ago with no games. It's a supplementary device. It has no dedicated games. It can't do VRR. It has no 4K. The screen is not that big. You know what I mean? So yeah, like you can't dock it like that to get way better specs at the like that. And it only sold a certain amount. It's not needed. You know what I mean? And you're like, man, I want to play those games, and now they're gonna have out a patent. I just read that they put out a patent to make sure that not a patent, but a something inside the Switch system that if you try to pirate or emulate their games, it's gonna brick your system. Be careful with that, y'all. Read into that. I needed to do a video on that honestly because people need to be careful. They want to combat against pirates. I don't blame them because they're just bums and they don't help the gaming industry. You want developers to work like slaves and be treated like shit already by publishers, and when they release the game, you don't want to support it. You want to bum off of that. So it's like saying you want somebody to get up and work for you, and you pay nothing. How about I put you in an office for 5 straight years every day, 24/7, working 8 hours a week, sometimes crunch, and then when you get done and go home, I'm telling you, oh, sorry, everybody wants to pirate off of your game. You get no pay. You gonna like those people? Hell no. They're a bunch of bums. They're not coming to help support anything. They just want to leech. How are you? How do you care about gaming if you just want to bum? See, you're not helping, supporting, or neutering anything. You're just being a leech. So yeah, I'm not against that. That's what I said. I'm not going to. I'm not going. I'm not going to attack it because I understand. I do the same damn thing. You about to bum off my shit? You know what I mean? So that's my thing about that. But anyways, we see that Microsoft strategy is going to be paying off. I'm curious to see the publishing results for the next fiscal quarters, because they didn't start dropping their games on PlayStation like this heavy to this month. Like this month is huge in April, so it's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to wait till summer, damn near, to get those results. And we're gonna see how much they've grown being a publisher on the PlayStation platform, so that you can see where the buying power is on there. Because that's the only strategy they have left to be pretty much good. They're pretty much a third party publisher hanging around on a blown up nuked console that they've nuked, right? And then they're gonna launch that next console. But I don't know like how that's gonna do, because you just keep blowing everything in the ground. And honestly, I feel like that the Xbox is done, and that they may be trying to go for an Asus themed Xbox. Like it's gonna be a PC, but like an Xbox theme, like you see the Asus themed Xbox handheld coming out. Not the official Microsoft one, but I feel like they're gonna try something like that. That they're pretty much done with this console model, and at this point, they're so like upset that they can't get any sales, that just want to rage in a different way. The rich kid's not getting his way. You know what I mean? So I think they are going to do that OEM model to where it's like, yeah, here's an Xbox Steam PC, and we're going to sell it as a console, and they're out the industry, and it's just major publishing through the monopoly. I feel like that would probably be the reasonable thing. Definitely after what they just did with the price hikes, because what else are we doing here? There's no way you would want to do that again. So I think that that's probably the reality here, y'all. It's going to be a bundled PC with an Xbox theme, and that the Xbox OS is done like that. So let me know what y'all think about that. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how y'all are enjoying Forza on PlayStation. All right, y'all. Peace out. Have a great day.